This is RTV6 News at 7, working for you.
Good evening to you at 7. I'm Amanda Starantino at the WRTV studios.
And I'm Mark Mullen, social distancing in my temporary home studio. The state's COVID-19 numbers continue to steadily grow, even though the state's health department says it's not overwhelming hospital systems. Today, Indiana reported another 38 confirmed deaths from the coronavirus. That pushes the state past the 1,700 mark. Indiana has also surpassed 29,000 COVID-19 cases, with another 581 reported today. Well, the barriers are already going up on streets that will be shut down to help restaurants serve more people outdoors in Marion County. Today, the Department of Public Works began putting up concrete barriers and signs encouraging social distancing on the downtown streets that will be closed. The barriers are to encourage people to walk on the streets and stay off the sidewalks. That way, restaurants will have more room for outdoor dining tables. Marion County is only allowing outdoor dining when restaurant options are officially expanded on Friday.
As soon as we get word whether restaurants are going to want to expand out into the right-of-way, we'll place bike rack that designates their area to satisfy all the regulations. So we're trying to make sure that it's a safe environment for the pedestrians and also a safe environment if the restaurants do so choose to expand into the right-of-way.
There will also be street closures in Broad Ripple, on Georgia Street downtown, the southern part of Monument Circle, and parts of Mass Ave. You can find out exactly where the streets will be closed, as well as downtown parking options at our website, theindychannel.com.
Local school districts are having to make some adjustments when it comes to graduation ceremonies for seniors this year. Some schools are moving to an all-virtual platform for the ceremony, others postponing them until later in the summer. RTV6's Megan Sanctorum takes a closer look at what one school is doing and how seniors and their families are adapting.
This is not how seniors at Franklin Central pictured ending their time in high school. Instead of a large ceremony surrounded by friends, family, and classmates, students signed up for a time slot this week to get their diploma, walk across the stage, and take photos. Each student was allowed to bring 2 guests with them. Only a limited number of people were allowed in the school at once.
I was just like, I don't know, it hurt.
Graduate Connor Grant says initially they were told graduation would be virtual, so he started an online petition, hoping the district would postpone their graduation ceremony to later this summer when social distancing restrictions start to ease up. District leaders later sent an email out announcing students would be able to walk across the stage in small groups and telling us that was part of the plan all along. Still, some graduates and their families say it's just not the same.
We all graduate individually. We all get our own transcript and all that. But together as a class, we did it. And I think that having the ceremony with all of us there is one way to really recognize that, you know, this is a combined effort. We did all of this together. We survived 4 years of high school together.
Working for you, Megan Sanctorum, RTV6.
If you went to the city market to look for the farmers market today, it wasn't there. That's because it has moved to Monument Circle for the rest of the season through October due to construction. Work is taking place to prepare East Market Street for reconstruction later this year between Alabama and Delaware Streets, right where the market usually is. The market will still take place every Wednesday on the Circle from 9:30 to 1:30, rain or shine, through October.
Indiana has started to relax some of the stay-at-home restrictions, but while all the restaurants were closed, some were able to take their meals on wheels. Our Kelsey Anderson joins us with This Morning with more.
Well, if you aren't hungry right now, you will be after this. Imagine bagels, barbecue, bacon, pizza, and more, all just within walking distance of your house. That's the new trend as food trucks are traveling to neighborhoods across central Indiana. I spoke with 4 different food truck owners, and they all say right now their business is thriving thanks to the community and getting out into the neighborhoods.
We're embracing the new normal. This is a good thing for food trucks because it gives us a lot more exposure than the people just having to come to us in a specific at a specific location. We can go travel to them now.
They say they hope the trend continues at least once a week or even once a month when restaurants start opening back up. But they all say they're thankful to have neighborhoods booking through most of the summer. To have a food truck come to your neighborhood, all you have to do is reach out to them on Facebook and see when they're available. I'm Kelsey Anderson, RTV6.
Let's talk about temperatures that will warm up as we go into the holiday weekend. First, our rainfall. We've had 4 1/4 inches rain in Indianapolis so far this month. We average just over 5 inches on average for the total month, so we're ahead of schedule. This is the wettest month of the year, typically speaking. As far as our temperature trend, it will continue to go up thanks to our rain chances going down the next couple of days. The next best chance for rain will come Monday on Memorial Day. Notice there is a chance each day, with Saturday and Sunday about a 40% chance for showers and thunderstorms. Low pressure sits and spins to the south and east. That keeps the shield of clouds and the threat of some drizzle or very light showers over the next couple of days. We're in the 50s. That's been a cool day today. We should hit 74 this time of year. Stuck in the 50s for now, and we'll stay that way in the morning. When you wake up, lots of cloud cover around. Chance for rain is minor. We'll talk about a temperature jump for tomorrow, but you'll really begin to feel the change as we get to Friday and the weekend.
Changes are being made to improve safety at your dentist office. Coming up here on RTV6, what you can expect the next time you visit, and the question to ask about a COVID-19 extra charge before you get in the chair.
6 working together, working for you.
This is RTV6 News at 7, working for you.
The hero signs are now in the window. Here's an update on the family forced to pull their signs from the front of their Indianapolis home. The HOA is now saying Damon and Tina Turnmeyer can put the sign in their upstairs window to display, just not in the yard. The family decided to do that before the HOA chimed in. The Turnmeyers removed the signs last Thursday, which was the deadline to avoid legal action. Indigo just announced its plan to return bus operations to regular service schedules beginning Monday, June 1st. Indigo will resume operating on regular weekday schedules Monday through Friday. Saturday and Sunday service will continue as usual. Indigo has been operating its service on Saturday schedules Monday through Saturday since March 29th. The service reduction was part of the agency's response to coronavirus, which also included temporarily suspending fare collection and installing plexiglass shields for bus operators. Riders are asked to continue to leave space between themselves and other riders whenever possible, and to wear a face covering on board if they're able.
JetBlue is the latest airline to take added steps to improve safety for both staff and passengers. In an effort to help limit contact, JetBlue says it will continue to leave the middle seat open. This is through at least the July 4th holiday. One exception to this rule would be with people who are traveling together and who want to sit next to each other. The airline is consulting an infectious disease specialist as well as CDC guidelines in determining their safety protocols. Virtual check-ins, reduced staff, and heightened sanitation. Your next trip to the dentist will look a lot different than your last appointment. Dentists and their staffs are working to protect themselves and you. Amanda Brandeis looks at what you can expect.
Sorry.
At this dentist office,
So it's good to see you guys all back.
it feels like the first day of school.
One of the best ways we can keep the office safe is to make sure that the virus is outside of the office.
After being home for weeks, staff must learn how to do their jobs in a pandemic.
Cavities haven't paused, gum disease hasn't paused. Little cavities have turned into big cavities. Big cavities have turned into infections and swellings.
Dr. Kami Haas is co-founder of the Super Dentist, a practice for kids. They've modified nearly every aspect of the patient experience.
In some cases, the waiting room could be your car. At this office, patients will wait until they get a text message letting them know it's time for their appointment.
And in the meantime, patients can fill out paperwork on their phone.
We are at a very high-risk profession. But on the flip side of it, it's something that we've had to deal with for decades, right?
The goal is to keep sick people out of the office. Patients can expect a screening over the phone and also in person, asking if they've been exposed to COVID-19 or have any symptoms.
97.3.
The actual waiting room will no longer have magazines, coffee, or toys.
On the patient side, it's going to be fairly safe. It's really mostly the dentists that they're going to be at risk, or the hygienists, and that's where they're going to be wearing a lot of great PPEs.
This protective gear also protects the patient in case their provider has the virus. Some offices are charging patients a $10 to $15 fee to cover the added cost. The American Dental Association urges them to disclose this to patients up front. As for procedures, some like fillings and teeth cleanings will be modified to reduce aerosols, the tiny droplets of saliva and water that come from a patient's mouth. Dr. Haas will be using a high-tech machine to suction these liquid droplets. He's also upgraded the ventilation system and installed UV light cleaning technology.
We've done all those additional things because we want to make sure we create an environment that I feel comfortable having my own family here, and I feel like we're there.
He wants patients to know the dentist office is safe, and after weeks of delayed appointments, avoiding care could do more harm than good. In San Diego, I'm Amanda Brandeis reporting.
The American Dental Association is asking insurance companies to help dentists cover the increased cost of personal protective gear. Until then, ask your dentist ahead of time if there will be any additional charges.
When we finally come back to the office, we're supposed to follow social distancing guidelines, but what exactly does that mean? Next, we talk to a company that's helping other businesses figure out the boundaries of this new normal.
And a change in the jet stream means a change in the temperature. There's the boundary between cooler temperatures and the warmer air that will move in just in time for the weekend.
.org/St. Vincent Hart.
As our state reopens in phases, we know businesses across our community have been busy putting guidelines and safety measures in place to protect you and their workers.
And that includes here at RTV6. Mark, I know you have been working from your home studio for quite some time now, so let me show you some of the safety measures we have in place here in our workplace. We are required to wear masks unless we are sitting here at the desk and on the air. We also have reminders about social distancing all around the place. Here's a look at some of our new traffic patterns to keep people from crisscrossing in the hallways or gathering around desks. It's really interesting to see what businesses and organizations are doing to prevent the spread of COVID-19. I mean, look at that sign as more people head back to work. But here's something cool. The technology from one local company may be able to help get our economy back while taking the guesswork out of social distancing.
People to people is new for us, but people to machine and machine to machine proximity detection is nothing new for us.
When Rob Rascosi started Advanced Industrial Marketing back in 1998, he had no idea that their technology solutions for manufacturing and material handling could become a hot topic in a global pandemic. The Fishers-based business sells proximity detection products to heavy industrial facilities across North America.
Machine-to-people interactions are very dangerous in facilities. So we are strategically mounting sensors and technology on moving pieces of equipment that help alert the operators to the presence of someone too close to them.
But now, a great threat to our safety isn't our proximity to heavy machinery, it's our closeness to one another.
No one cared about people-to-people interactions before March, right? We've been overwhelmed with the response for our product.
Their partner in Europe is already piloting the sensors to people, and now Indiana companies are signing on to try this too.
And when those sensors get too close to each other, i.e. 6 feet, we're going to alarm the wearer of that tag. It's going to give a very strong vibration and a really vibrant LED flash.
He says the key to this type of technology is precision and also security. One option for companies is just to use the devices to alert the wearers. Another, more sophisticated option allows the owner to oversee when these interactions take place based on serial numbers with software that can provide dates, times, and locations of the interactions, which could be a tool for contact tracing.
Badge number 1234 is Lauren's. Badge number 1235 is Rob's. And then they can trace accordingly. But for privacy, our system, we have no idea that Lauren's wearing that tag or Rob's wearing the other tag.
Working for you, Lauren Casey, RTV6.
Lauren, thanks. And Lauren asked Rob if any Indiana companies are testing this technology in the wake of this pandemic. And he says there are some in the testing stages now, and they will be sharing more info on who they are very soon. So we will be sure to keep you updated. Kevin, before you go to your weather, I know you haven't been into the studio either, but I love what our boss got us. I don't know if you can see it, but she got these signs for around our studio. So keep one cow apart from each other for social distancing. So you get a good laugh out of it, and we're staying safe. Kevin.
I would love to see a cow coming down the hallway at RTV6. We've had a lot of different animals in the studio over the years. I think I'm trying to think if we've had a horse for sure. Our studio floor is very dark in color, so it kind of looks like a hole, and some animals are afraid to take that leap of faith. We're not afraid to go into the 80s again, are we? We're on our way. Won't be there tomorrow, won't be there on Friday, but we will make it as we get to Saturday and then comfortably or easily into the 80s Sunday and Monday. That comes also with a little bit of humidity, something we haven't had too much of so far this spring. As far as our rain chances, they don't go away. They're low Thursday and Friday. They creep back up Saturday and Sunday. The heat of the day, the afternoon into early evening hours, the most likely time for these pop-up thunderstorms Saturday and Sunday. They'll be more numerous on Memorial Day itself. Zionsville, Kokomo, Bloomington, we all share the same temperature, basically, the same sky conditions and wind direction. A lot of uniformity, as not much has changed here or will change in the next 24 hours. The only thing we'll do is add a few more degrees tomorrow, but still lose the battle to cloud cover. Maybe a few breaks in the clouds during the afternoon tomorrow. 60 by late morning, 65, 66 would be our peak temperature tomorrow afternoon, still with that cool flow of air out of the east. And as you watch everything come back from Ohio to the west, that's all the circulation around low pressure, that should finally begin to lose its influence as we get to Friday. Once that happens, we'll change the wind direction, we'll add a little sunshine, and everything will start to change. Temperatures tomorrow well below the 74-degree average high temperature. Our chance for rain just 20%. Beyond temperatures Friday, I like the colors of warmth there. Some yellows and oranges. Petersburg 74, 74 also in Clinton County in Frankfort. Temperatures as you go to the south start to move into the mid to upper 70s. Foreshadowing where we're headed for the weekend. If you look at your weekend forecast, I certainly wouldn't change any outdoor plans. Just realize that once we get past 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon, that's when we may bubble up a thunderstorm or two. Most of us will not see the rain. Notice the chances better that we stay dry than get wet. But the overnight low temperatures as well start to warm up. 64 by the time we wake up on Sunday morning. Next week, 84 Memorial Day with thunderstorms likely, still at 80 or a little warmer Tuesday and Wednesday, but still fairly wet with a high probability of showers and thunderstorms early next week. Put it all together for you. We're coolest here at the beginning of the 7-day forecast. Temperatures will peak on Sunday and Monday, so kind of nice to have those warmest temperatures kind of work into our Memorial Day weekend. Well, we'll be right back with more news after this.
CVS is returning money it received as part of government relief in an effort to help other companies. The money was automatically distributed to the chain as part of the money designated for provider relief as part of the CARES Act. Well, CVS did not request the money. The company says it hopes the $43 million can help other businesses that may be struggling right now. CVS has continued operations as normal throughout the pandemic, even pledging to hire thousands of employees.
Facebook and Instagram are trying to do their part to help small businesses who may be struggling during this pandemic. They are rolling out a new feature called Shops. It's a place where businesses can go to create their own online portal for people to buy products. The best part, it doesn't cost anything to set up. As part of the shop, you'll be able to contact the business directly if you have any questions.
High School Band had commissioned this piece of music in honor of the 150th anniversary of Noblesville schools this year. But when the school year was cut short due to the pandemic, they never got to perform March Nobilis publicly. Now, 5 Noblesville concert bands kept rehearsing at home, and today they released their virtual performance on YouTube. Sounds great, guys.
Temperatures, they slowly but surely make their way into the 80s by the weekend. Be patient, everyone.
I like to hear that. Thanks for making RTV6 your choice for news. We will see you at 11. Thanks for joining us.